Hi everyone and welcome to another phone review on my channel. Today we'll be doing the LG Optimus 2X from Fido, which is one of the very first dual-core devices to be released to the market. As well, it is the very first dual-core device that I'll be doing on my channel. So, hope you guys enjoy this review of the Tegra 2 powered LG Optimus 2X. Let's start, as always, with the exterior of the device. We have a 4-inch capacitive LCD touch display with 800 by 480 pixel resolution, the 4 mandatory Android touch buttons. There's a front-facing camera up here and the plethora of sensors, as well as the loudspeaker grill right there. On the right side of the device, you will find the volume rocker keys with excellent feedback. They're a little bit small, they could be a little bigger, but they're nonetheless very easy to press and nice to find. No camera shutter key, bare here. On the left side, completely bare and clean. On top of the device, you have a micro HDMI connector for TV out. You have a 3.5mm headset jack, as well as the power lock and unlock button right there. On the bottom of the device, you will find the loudspeaker grill, micro USB connector port, and your microphone. On the back, you have a really nice soft touch feel material that in practice hides fingerprints quite well. I know it looks a little smudgy right now, but when you look at it, you really can't tell. It also has this really nice stainless steel band with Google engraved into it, which is really nice and gives the device an overall very premium feel. As well, of course, there's the 8-megapixel camera with 1080p recording and a single LED flash. When you remove the back cover, like so, from this bottom here, as you can see, it is flexible, but that stainless steel band thingy makes it a little more rigid. Here it is. So you have the SIM card slot over here, which is not hot swappable. The micro SD card, however, is hot swappable. As you can see, you don't need to take off the battery to get at it. And you also have the 1500 milliamp battery right there. So, let's get into the interface of the device. You can see, actually before we do that, I gotta comment, it fits great in the hand. It's narrow, so it's not like a wide 4-inch phone. It's rather tall, but it's not a bother to me at all. And it really does fit great into the hand, and the material choices are absolutely great. Although it is mainly constructed out of plastic, it has a real heft to it that is never overbearing, but it is very quality feeling. And the back material, like I said, is excellent to touch. It just feels amazing to touch. It's very grippy, it's not slippery at all in your hand, and overall a great, and there's no like creaks or anything. It's very, very solid. I like this phone a lot in terms of the build quality. So there's that. Now let's get into the interface of the device. You click the lock button, you're greeted. I actually have that background because I like it. I slide up to unlock the device like so, and then you're greeted by the LG. Wow, right on time, I got a text. Anyway, you're greeted by the LG home screen, which is slightly customized. You sort of has an iPhone-y feel. You have the 4 buttons docked on the bottom. You have various home screens just like any other standard Android device, and you're gonna also like pinch out to see the thing. Okay, so right now I must say I have like a ton of apps running in the background. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna turn the device off, power it off, and reboot again. You guys will both get a sense of how fast it is with the Tegra 2 processor, if it is any faster or not as well. You'll also see, you'll get a better feel for the performance of the phone, that it won't be bogged down by all my running applications. In the meantime, I can give you guys some impressions about the camera, because I won't be uploading a sample video of this one unless you guys ask me to, because the last videos weren't really popular in terms of uploading. So I'm just gonna not bother with that, and let's turn it on actually now. Here we go. But yeah, if you guys really want me to upload a sample video of this, I will, but for now I've decided not to. But the camera quality is very, very good. The camera has a plethora of customizing and manual options, and even on the automatic mode, I really like the 8 megapixel pictures it takes. It's not the best 8 megapixel camera phone, but it's right up there and quite satisfactory for any user. So I find that the camera will be sufficient for almost anyone and their photography needs 8 megapixels, and it takes great quality pictures in my opinion. And the camera interface, I'll show you guys the camera interface, and it's quite good. So here we see the device loading up, and there it is, booted up completely. You guys can see how long it took by the video minutes. There we go. So it's preparing the external SD card, everything. Alright, so let's check it out. The application drawer, is over here, and unlike other phones, you scroll sideways. So that's LG's implementation, and it's also looped, as you can see up there. Sorry, see, like 4, 5, and then it goes back to 1. So, and they are colorful icons. So this sort of reminds me of the TouchWiz interface on Samsung phones, where the icons are more colorful, sort of like that. I want to make a comment about the screen here. As you guys can see, the blacks are really black. Even though it's an LCD device and it's not a Super AMOLED. Oops, it's not a Super AMOLED. It's still quite good in terms of color reproduction. I find the colors to be very well produced, very bright, very captivating, and the blacks to be quite sufficiently black for an LCD device. And the viewing angles actually suffer a bit in terms of, because I don't think it's an IPS display, because the viewing angles do suffer, or it might be the coating on the front, but you do lose a bit of contrast in like more severe angles. Anyway, as you can see, the device is quite fast. The Tegra 2 processor manages to keep up quite good here. Let's highlight something of the Tegra 2 processor. There is this game. Hold on, where did it go? There. This game. This is a Tegra 2 specific game. Let's check out the performance of the device in this game, so you guys can get a feel of what the hardware is capable of in a dual-core device. As you can see, powered by NVIDIA Tegra. In the meantime, actually, we could check out the speaker performance. Oops, that's the Winger. There. So the speaker isn't very loud. As you can see, there's only a single one of them there. But it's okay, actually. Here, let's resume this game that I was playing. Yes. I don't even know what I'm doing, but here we go. So, the graphics are quite awesome, if you ask me. So, okay. As you can see, it is a great looking game. I'm not sure how much you can see of it reproduced by the camera, but over here, this stuff is looking great, and it's a fantastically graphic game. Again, there's a lot of details. The frame rates never drop. You can see the device. Okay, stop shooting. You can see the device around. It's very, very high quality, high rendering. So quite the powerful hardware in this device here. As you can see, like the clouds, the textures are all fantastic. So power-wise, this device will keep up. Let's take a look at the camera interface now, as I promised while it was loading up. Camera is over at C here. So you can see camera app starts up quite quickly. You have the option to switch to front-facing camera. There's a zoom option here, which doesn't work. It does actually work this way. Okay. There is white balance. There is flash options, and like I said, it takes great pictures. And you can also switch to video, and it takes 1080p video. In the settings, you have like a lot of different resolution options, white balance, video quality, auto review. It's quite a good camera interface, well laid out, solid. And there is touch to focus. Obviously, let's go back to there is touch to focus, so you can autofocus like that. So I find that to be good, and then you snap the camera there. So I'm really satisfied with the camera. Very good quality, comparable to the maybe not to the same extent, but very close to the Sony Ericsson Xperia Pro and Arc that we reviewed earlier. Browsing performance is quite good as well. Pages load up quickly. Let's try my blog, AminSH72. I've installed the swipe keyboard, as you can see. Here is this website. So it loads up fast. I don't need to share the page. So here it's like, this is the mobile view. Let's go to the desktop view. Oops, no. Let's go to the desktop view. As you can see, pages load up very quickly. They're rendered properly. And let's let it load for a second. This is a quite heavy website, but it's usable at this point. You can start reading it. So it's loaded up now. Pinch to zoom, very smooth. You don't need to go like crazy, but it's smooth. Keeps up with your scrolling once in a while, but it stutters. Here's something I was actually surprised about with this device. It stutters quite a bit for a dual core device. You expect it not to, but it does, and it lags. So if you're expecting flying performance from a Tegra 2 device, maybe it's the Android 2.2 that's letting this device down, because it's not as fast and flying as you'd expect it to be from having twice the processors and stuff. But browsing performance and holding on to wireless signal is actually generally very good. The 4-inch device and the 4-inch display and its colors and everything give you good detail and good amount of reading capabilities on the device, so that works quite well. Also, of course, the latest version of Android would help with the slight lagging once in a while. But otherwise, I'm quite satisfied with this device, and it's another Android device that is unique because of its build quality, camera, and Tegra 2 processor. But let's run. Actually, okay, here I'll show you guys. I'll run the quadrant benchmark, and it works. It actually gets quite good scores in line with other things, except for here. When it gets to I/O database write, it always slows down here. It takes the longest to do out of any of those things. So that sort of lowers the scores all the time, and it usually gets between the 2200 to 2500 range in the benchmark. So let's see how it does this time. Here it goes, going through it. You got a consistent 40 frames per second around here. It jumps up to like 80 around there, but then it's generally 36, 38, 40 in this area. Usually around 90 in this area. Right now it's hovering around 97. And it's usually at 55, 60-ish, and that's where it is right now as well for this part. So let's see our results. We got 2440. I'm not sure if you can read it, but 2440 is the result. So it's quite good, in terms of power. It has the power, but in terms of the interface, I think it might be the LG overlay or the Android 2.2 not being able to deal with the hardware. Not optimized properly for the Tegra 2 devices. However, there is some good news with this phone. This phone has a promised upgrade to the Ice Cream Sandwich platform, which has recently been announced, so that's quite encouraging, and I'm sure you will see a lot of performance improvements once you get to that. As well, you can see with LG, what they've done here is you can see the apps that you've downloaded new. They have that N marking, and you can also change the style. You can change it into a vertical grid if you'd like it to, which is good. It's always good to have the choice. You can even make it into a list, so always nice to have options. Going back to style, you can see you can make categories and rename them and stuff. So it's good in terms of the options that you get with this. Of course, you can always download your own launcher and customize it as much as you'd like. So overall impressions of this phone, I'm satisfied with it. In considering also the price on Fido is $425, which is like one of the cheapest dual core devices. So and it's future proofed. You know what I mean? Like that Xperia Pro, it was $350 on Fido off contract, and it didn't have a dual core device. This is like $70 more, but you have a dual core processor and promised upgrade to Ice Cream Sandwich. So it's more future-proof. So if you can get if you don't need the keyboard and you can afford the extra $70, this is a very, very good phone to get, and definitely recommended based on the build quality and obviously the volume of the ringer, very loud. so you guys don't have to ask about that either. There you go. So build quality, very good. Camera quality, very good. It's a little stuttery right now, but I'm sure with Ice Cream Sandwich the performance will improve. Also future-proof because it's the dual-core device with 1 gig of RAM. So they won't let go, will they? Anyway, so it's quite the recommended device. If you guys have any questions, as always, post them in the comments below, or inbox me or something. I always try to reply, unless you guys have like really stupid, obvious questions that have already been answered, or you can find them elsewhere. But I do try to reply, as always. So thank you very much for watching this review of the LG Optimus 2X from Fido. See you guys next time. And these guys won't let go. Bye.